Welcome to my course, Software Architecture and Design. In this session, we will be knowing about why a software architecture is important. I am Farzana Sadia, Senior Lecturer of Software Engineering Department of Daffodil International University. I will explain why software architecture is used in different scenarios. First scenario is, suppose a client asks to develop a web system where users can buy easily. Clients do not know their requirements clearly. The system analysis of the company will analyze and come up with the decision that the client is intended to build an online shopping system where the system will be user-friendly and user interface will be easy. But the architect of the system will think user-friendliness or easy interface is not appropriate or proper or not enough. System architect will decide that system has to be scalable. That means at a time, a big number of users like 1 million or 10 million users will be able to use the system. That is why software architecture is needed to enable system quality attributes. Quality attributes help to perform better. Next, another scenario where the clients want to build an online shopping system at 1 lakh taka. Later on, the client asks to add more features in the system by giving them only 20,000 taka. The system analyst will analyze the features that the client want to build, and then system analyst will find out that 20 features will be added. Then the software architecture will be finding out that whether this 20,000 taka is enough to build these 20 features. So without the reasoning and managing the change, the architecture will not be able to design the whole system properly. So reasoning and managing the change of the system is very much important, and this can be done with software architecture. Next scenario, where client will ask to build a online shopping system with 20,000 taka. An architecture will know the quality attributes or the performance parameters of the system, and the architecture can be able to convince the client so that the client add quality attributes to the system and can give more budget on the system, so that the architect would be able to design and develop the whole system with better performance and can earn more money. So, and with software architecture, systems quality attributes can be predicted, which is very important. Next, scenario number 4, where suppose a developer wrote codes which are fixed, but he was supposed to write code which was ready to change. He did not listen to his manager properly. So what happened here? Before writing code, the developer do meetings with their project managers and system analysts. So, at the meeting, the developer did not listen carefully or missed the requirement. He wrote wrong code. At this stage, the architecture ensures good communication among the stakeholders or among the users of the system. So, the architect of the system ensure good communication. So, software architecture helps to enhance communication between the stakeholders. Then, scenario 5. Suppose a developer team works on small parts, then part by part they design and integrate. As a result, the system got messed up and failed to deliver to the clients. They had to rework a lot at later. Here, the developer thinks in a things small perspective. They took one module and developed that module. Then they took another module, then they developed that module. So part by part they develop the modules and they integrate the modules, which is not the correct approach. Rather, the software architect at first planned the whole system, so whenever the developer works on the whole system, the system gets less messed up, the system gets more manageable and more easy to develop. So, software architecture helps to build early decisions on system design. Next, scenario number 6. Here, suppose the client asks to develop online shopping system in 2 days and 5,000 taka. If the developer or any other person does not know, they will be agreed to work with this schedule and budget. But a software architecture knows that the whole system cannot be developed in 2 days and with this 5,000 taka, because this system is very much expensive than 5,000 taka, and within 2 days it cannot be developed. So as the software architect know the whole system, how the system works, so he can predict the constraints, that is 2 days and 5,000 taka. So defining the constraints of during implementation can be done if the software architecture is implemented. Another one is scenario 7. Here the client asks the online payment must be done with bKash, but the architect will convince the client that bKash is not appropriate for online shopping. For online shopping, the client must use MasterCard, Visa card, debit card, or credit card. So, by convincing the client, the architect of the system will influence the client to change the organizational structure by creating bank account where they can transfer money with MasterCard, Visa card, credit or debit card. So, by using software architecture, anyone can influence organizational structure of client. Scenario number 8. Client asks for a prototype or a dummy. Usually, developers deliver prototype of user interface, but a software architect can deliver prototype to the client of user interface, system prototype, database prototype, so they can provide a prototype of the whole system, how the system works. With that, the architect can define why they are charging more money than others, why they are asking for more time to develop the system. So, by using software architecture, anyone can build and enable evolutionary prototyping, which is much important. Then scenario number 9. Clients asked to develop module in 7 days and 10,000 taka. This is totally impossible if anyone knows that how the system is built and how it is deployed, and that is not impossible in 7 days. Those who have no idea, they will be agreed with client's demand, but an architect will never agreed with this requirement of client, because architect knows with the help of software architecture. So by using software architecture, cost and schedule estimations get improved. Next, scenario number 10. Suppose AB software firm developed a banking system of SCB. After 1 year, they got another project development of banking system of Pubali Bank. Suppose a software firm built the system of SCB Bank in 6 months and 3 lakh taka. Later on, after 1 year they built again the same software with few changes or few modifications, again with 6 months and 3 lakh taka. A software architect would be would have insights or future plans during developing a software. Whenever he will build a software, he will design the architecture of the system in such a way that in future, if he gets another project like this, he will build that project with this project. That means he will develop the architecture in such a way of SCB bank that later, if he get projects from another banks, he will use the architecture of SCB bank and he will implement those architecture in the future system of those banks. So, if the architect can do so by using software architecture, then the company will get more profit, because the first software will have to build with 3 lakhs taka. For the next software development, they will earn money from the clients, but they do not have to spend money for building those software, because they are using those software from the previous SCB bank software. So, by using a software architecture, reusable and transferable model can be used. Next, scenario number 11. In a software development project, there are team A, B, C who are working on the project. These 4 teams are working on 4 different components, and this team depend on each other. The architect will monitor and monitor whether all the components are working properly or not. So, teams will be worked on the separated modules, but they will not connect with each other. But the architect will help to communicate those modules with each other so that the whole system runs properly. So, a software architecture helps to incorporate of independently developed components. Scenario number 12. Suppose a new member of a team joins in the team to develop a software and do not understand the system. By seeing the software architecture of the system, the new member can get the whole idea of the system by analyzing the system architecture. So, for the new member, software architecture is very much helpful and can provide a guideline so that the new member can understand the system and can help to build the software. So, software architecture is kind of a basis of training for the new members. So, that's all from this session, why the software architecture is used and important. Thank you. See you in the next session.